The Oklahoma quarterback said yesterday he still plans to leave football to begin his baseball career with the Oakland A's after the season, saying, quote, "I feel like I can play in the NFL, but as far as giving football up, as of now, that's the plan," end quote.
What were you saying about this guy, Papi, when you were going through your research now?
Oh, man, this guy got better numbers than the kid from Hawaii, the one that plays for Trichinic.
Yes,
Tua,
yes,
you know what I mean?
he's got
much
great
better numbers.
Yes.
I'm going into those numbers real deep, in my analysis.
In today's NFL, when you have $4.5 million just to sign to play baseball, why wouldn't you do that?
Does this sound like a decision that Kyler Murray is sure of to you?
So it's worth noting that this draft occurred in June of this year, and that was before he was the starting quarterback at Oklahoma. Now, Murray played at Texas A&M, and he got some starts in, and the talent was there, but I never thought that he was especially good actually on the field while he was there. So he said this before he achieved the glory of being starting quarterback at Oklahoma, and he has been no worse than the second best player in college football this year. He is also possibly the best quarterback in the history of Texas high school football. The lure to me, if he wants to play in the NFL, is that he likes what it is to be the quarterback, right? Like, he likes the standing that you get from being that guy. Otherwise, playing football when you got $4.5 million guaranteed in a sport that doesn't involve taking kidney punches, you take that money or you are take the money, don't be stupid.
This is the biggest no-brainer of all time, Dan. You're telling me that this kid has the opportunity to, even if he's the most trash baseball player ever, walk away with $5 million in the bank, done deal, versus get concussions, tear ACLs, tear Achilles, all the awful, awful things that happen to people who play football. When's the last time you ever heard of a baseball player tearing an ACL?
Doesn't happen that
It
often.
never happens.
Well, Kyle Schwarber, it happened too, but he's a softball player.
So I am existentially, arguably, genetically biased in favor of this man playing some football. He is a fourth Korean. But
You're not Korean.
I'm not, but Pan-Asia, it's a thing. So I would say that if he was my child, I would really advocate that he go play baseball for all the reasons that you said. But in terms of a guy who is really, really good at football, looking at the landscape of contemporary football, at his height, at his weight, he's a smaller guy, there's no doubt about that. But when you see what small-ish guys have been doing in the league recently, when you look at the way the X's and O's have been trending, not that Lincoln Riley needs to be his coach in the NFL, but you gotta think that he sees the NFL as something that he can seize and do really well at in ways that previous iterations of him throughout the years maybe couldn't.
Quarterbacks can't do the two-way thing, you're right. But I think as we see the pro game start to mirror the college game more, is anybody sure he's too small, not good enough to play in the NFL? I'm not.
Look at that guy on the screen right there in the green. That's not the sturdiest built dude in the world. Like, the little guys that people are going to try to point to as examples that this might work are built more sturdily.
I don't think you can play both anymore. I think you have to pick one over the other. I think the players in both leagues are too good, and I don't think you can do that.
But they weren't good when Bo Jackson was running up walls?
I look at him, I look
90s?
at this kid, he's 5'11 and 190, which is approximately Russell Wilson's size. And Russell Wilson is a wonderful quarterback with a Super Bowl ring.
Well, the other thing with Russell Wilson, I remember this being in North Carolina when all of this went down.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was not projected to be a top quarterback. He went down after he had been drafted. Like, we thought he was done with college football. He went down at curveball. Bit of a monster for him, and he decided to go and give the NFL one more try, went to Wisconsin, and then it all worked out for him. And the thing with him was, it was like, hey, if it doesn't work for this particular guy, it's not going to work for anybody. He still remains the exception in this. Now, can somebody built like Kyler Murray sustain what it takes to be an NFL quarterback, especially if he's going to be a guy who runs around?
Right.
I don't know how high a pick I'd be willing to invest in that.
Unless you're the quarterback and you can get a bonus so big with guaranteed money that
I think great
leads you to
baseball
say,
players make more.
Here's my advice to him.
Look at what Bryce Harper's looking at.
Do what you want to do. Do what you want. Do what you love. You know, I mean, remember Charlie Ward?
Yeah,
and everybody
Florida
said,
State.
here's what you
Played
can
with
do,
the
here's what you can't do. You got to do this in football. He played with the Knicks. He was fine.
Yeah.
He played like 10 seasons in the
was
NBA.
fine.
Did he not?
He was fine.
Do what you want to do. If you love to, and obviously you can do all these things. Probably there's another sport you can do. It might be like Dave Winfield. My God, how did Winfield ever decide what to do? Wasn't he drafted in like three sports?
Yeah, 3 sports. So here is the problem for this particular kid. If he is a first or second round draft pick, as apparently Todd McShay says he's going to be,
right,
he goes right to the NFL. he will get a chance to start within a year.
In baseball, he's got to go to the minors.
He could be in the minors forever.
Yeah.
He could be there 3 years, 4 years. He may never get up. Yeah. But he's also represented by Scott Boras, who has a pretty good track record.
He's still going to the minors.
I know he goes to the minors, but the presumption is he's a major league player. He's drafted in the first round of the major league draft. I think that's the longer career and the more lucrative, I think. But you're right. Play what you want.
What you want to do?
Play what you want.
This guy already has $5 million.
Yes.
Well, I got news for him. My Heisman vote isn't cheap.
Oh, look at
that's
that.
right.
I don't think that is legal according to the NCAA or the FCC or ESPN. But other than that, we're good.